Drive around Watertown, there are new signs to see, mainly around downtown, dealing with revitalization. With a look, here's 7 News reporter Sean Brinda.
Governor Roswell P. Flower has watched over downtown Watertown since 1902. There's now a placard on Washington Street that you can read up on the memorial's history.
Part of enhancing the monument was creating the interpretive sign to discuss why the monument is important and why it's significant to Watertown's history, in addition to just the protective measures that protect the monument.
Another new sign is here on Factory Street. Knowlton Technologies recently tore down Mixed Place to put in a new parking lot for its growing workforce. This sign was just added. And perhaps the most noticeable new addition to downtown, a YMCA sign hanging on the side of the almost done $30 million community and aquatic center. Y leaders describe it as an exciting time for both the organization and the city.
Yeah, I think those Y signs will be a great attraction for people to come down to the downtown area and be able to tour, not just our facilities, but also the restaurants, and it's just going to bring more people down to the downtown area.
Sean Brinda, 7 News.